all that was making the door not want to go. It was froze right to it. So Bethy, let's go check the bucket. Show me what you found. Yeah?
I'll show you what we caught. Yeah.
Ooh.
A mouse.
Oh yeah. All that padding. I could apparently put more antifreeze in there, but there's a mouse in there.
Yep.
There he is.
Yep,
Right there.
The mouse.
So now I gotta figure out, do I dump the whole bucket and waste my antifreeze or try to scoop him out with something?
No.
Maybe a big wide mouth can to scoop him out.
Yep.
A can that'll fit between both sides or
And
something.
also, I knew how to grab rocks.
Yeah.
The mouse kind of get one of these.
With his dirty feet and you're sticking your hands on it. Stop it. Yuck, mouse germs. Stop touching my mouse trap. Okay, we caught a mouse. Yay. First one. It worked.
Yep. So wait, here's the peanut butter. And there's the...
All right, well maybe we'll catch some more.
Yep.
We'll add some more antifreeze to it. Thanks, Bethany. Let's figure out how to get him out of there. We don't want other mice to see what happened to him and then say, oh, I'm not going out there for that peanut butter. Why is that guy down there, huh?
Yeah.
They might be smart.
Oh yeah, we need to get
Look how big he was. He had to live a long time to get that big.
Oh yeah, we need to get that guy out now.
Okay. I'm going to find something to get him out and help Daddy. Okay, bye. Being little sister is hard work, isn't it? It's too much. She's adding like another 40 pounds. You got steamrolled right out of it. The guys are piling up snow so they can make a snow fort. We got another good actual snow. And we are actually going to have some snow for a few days here. Yeah. Don't throw it up his pant legs there, Murdoch. Everybody's outside playing in the snow. Georgie's over there. Except for Jack. Jack, we'll check on him. He's in the house building a puzzle today. If you like to do puzzles, I was at Menards the other day and puzzles were 50% off because they don't normally carry toys all year long. But we had a real heavy snow the other day and then we had rain right after. So I was checking out things. This branch collapsed and broke and knocked that one down. But I've got some tree work to do. We had some fire blight go through the orchard a little bit and that tree's been real weak. And I was actually wondering, about a week ago, we got a real heavy rain and this whole area was super flooded. It was 50 degrees out. Trey and I were out tractor shopping, running some errands and stuff, and he didn't even have more than a long sleeve shirt on. But this is my drain pipe for the sump pump. It comes out under the steps, and I wondered if that had been running down hill before we put that pipe on and damaged this tree because it's mostly hollow, and I think it's about time to just cut the whole thing down because once that starts happening, you know, the whole structure and integrity of the tree is not there, and it's looking, see, it's hollow going up all the way up there to here. Okay, so these 3 branches are going straight up. They were just suckers that grew. We cut that because there was some fire blight a few years ago and cut some over there. So I hate to cut down these old trees, but if fire blight's going through, you don't want it to go around and kill all your trees. Yeah. Georgie behind me is talking about the apples. There's still apples up on the trees. No, it's okay. It's just underneath the deck. there's always this little gap between the trees. Yeah, I just throw like their swimming pool under there and stuff. You having fun in the snow? Big week here. We've been trying to stay inside a little bit for George. He got a supply of new diaper covers made about 2 weeks ago. I was letting my foot heal up. Decided to do some sewing for him and cleaning out my sewing storage. This week he decided he wanted to potty train all on his own. But look at all this snow we got. Tons and tons of snow. Oh, I wanted to check on the cows and see how they're doing because this has been absolute terrible weather for them. It's just warm, cold, warm, cold. Great if you're doing maple syrup. Of course, in my spare time, I'm always ready to do that. But these guys, that's hard, real hard for them for the respiratory systems. And they don't do so well with that. So we'll give them a little bit of hay here. Got that feeder project going on for them. And it's not finished yet, but we're going to take that containment system and pull it in here for them. I just try to keep them eating, keep them comfortable. I give them a little extra so they can lay in it if they want. Yeah, cows. But they're out here. They do okay. They don't have shelter. I was kind of worried. I think this guy, he was still laying down this morning when I came out. And he was holding his foot up like his foot was hurting. So I knew it was about time to start checking on him again. It was a couple hours ago. They generally get fed about 3 times a day. They're still doing good. They don't seem to be losing any weight as far as that. I always have to watch that with Jack feeding them because his idea of a full bucket of grain is about 3/4. And just that little bit end up giving them a half a bucket less a day when I'm thinking he's should be giving them extra. I haven't pulled out the water heaters yet because I really wanted to switch to floating water heaters, and all I could find were very small ones for like 50-gallon and smaller tubs. So the girls still have plenty of hay, and they seem to be doing all right. But this water, I went to keep my 2x4 here. Try to not shock myself on the fence. That's never fun. Oh, sorry guy, we'll give you some privacy. Whew. But I had a smaller de-icer and it quit working. It was still under warranty, and wouldn't you know, they don't have them, and they didn't even have a shelf tag now. So I'm out that. Saw the floating ones and thought maybe that might be a little better. Oh, you gotta see this. This is that storage trailer we filled. Oh, it was just the very last. I don't even remember what month it was now. Could have been December. We were out there getting that very last hay. Maybe it was November. We are almost through this trailer. I thought I wouldn't see the front of that until spring. We started the second to the last row this morning. All the way up there. Yes, I have to fasten that down before somebody trips on it. Right there. So, just a few more bales left. I think it was 30 a row. I don't remember exactly, but I'll tell you, we had figured out with that raccoon problem about this little vent here. So we just opened that up, and this trailer, we decided to feed it first because it was sweating. It got hot in there and there was so much moisture dripping off of everything. I opened up that vent and we had it parked in the driveway. The air was blowing right through the whole thing and steam was just billowing out of that for days. So the very last stuff we put in, we kind of got caught in a rain. It got fed quickly. But Oh my. It is cold today. These guys are going to be happy to switch to another supply of hay. Aren't ya? The nice thing about cows, they don't fuss too much about the lower quality. Sorry about that, got my finger there. But I've got all the hay in here, and of course my plastic didn't hold up there because I didn't do my trick of the wood shims. If you have an opening in a barn, you can't just staple up plastic. And I ran out of wood shims, and by the time I got back out here, this is all irregular because it's on the inside anyway. But, ooh, projects. I'll get to that later. It'd be a great day to start up a tractor and put some paths through here with the back blade. But I had a project going on in the garage. See all this hay? I know it's dark, but got some real nice good hay back here that they're gonna get. That is almost just like Timothy grass, and then there's some other stuff, but got all my straw storage up here. I got all my hay storage on the other side of this wall through the whole back half. There's probably, I don't know, I know that back section just to that doorway is 300 bales to the other end of the barn. So, I don't know, 700 or 800 bales maybe. Plenty for them to eat. But look at all this drifting we got. It is just something. I mean, we were supposed to get anywhere last night from, I think, 4 to 7 inches. In parts of the state, it said up. Woo! I just wiped out. My husband just left, and where his tire was, it's all wet. And you know what? I wasn't watching. I'm alright. I went down slow. Gotta be careful of that. Could have hurt my knee. Anyways, I wanted to show you what the project is. There you go. Okay. The Suburban got moved in a couple of days ago. Look at all this light in here just from the daylight. Now, so much light. Way better. So the tow motor's in, the forklift. We left this on the charger all day yesterday because it's been sitting. Oh, I wanted to check my bucket. Oh, this antifreeze that I had is the worst. God, I probably just switched this to straight antifreeze because it's all slushy in there. Oh, it's hard to tell with the slush. It looks like something's in there. Right there. I think there's a mouse down there. I'll be happy to have another mouse in there. Anyways, ignore some of the mess. I've got this project going on. Ooh. We made a special trip to Menards years ago. Got this pallet shelf, set it up in this corner because it was a perfect spot for a small shelf. And I started looking at it and I said, we're not utilizing our shelves like we should. Like right now, this upper shelf, it's half full. The lower shelf, he's got things that can be sitting on the floor, that snow fence. And I wanted that snow fence up and out at my bees. He wants to hook up his generator. So he's going to pull it in here. And first he was thinking it's about 70, 72 inches from the back 2x4 to about just past this post, I think. And I think he said this measured 71 inches. And the only thing that he was worried about was this little cap, a little oiling cap. And he was thinking about having that sticking out, that it might catch a tire on the way in or out. And I said, you've got all this space. Just move your pallet full of John Deere parts. He's got some wheel weights on here, some PTO parts, some fenders. Just move it. We've got all this space. So those can go up on another pallet shelf there. This pallet shelf can get used for something else. And he can get this fixed up. And he decided if he just goes ahead and takes this radiator section, and I was really worried about this with the kids, so he can make some kind of a shroud or an enclosure for the upper part. The other ones that we have actually have a shroud, and maybe we could take one off and swap it. I don't know. There's a belt down there. have that up against this wall, which is perfect because he took the muffler off that was on it. It wasn't the right one. That's right on the right side to be able to be fed out the building right there. I think it's a super deal. Starting an oil change project here. I left ladders everywhere because I was in here late last night after dark. And I didn't get everything done. But, oh, she is going to be getting a timing chain inspection. We kind of dropped the ball on it. We had to rent the machine to find the codes that were wrong and kind of find out what was going on. And it's all done now, but my poor little bus. Been out in the cold sitting for 5 months, and now I finally get a little bit of free time to start working on that. Things are finding some spots. Some things we decided to sell and get rid of. My old video of my corn sheller. You can put ear corn through there. You can put walnuts through, and it takes all of the kernels off of the corn. It was a lot of fun, but we're not doing ear corn anymore, and I thought I really don't want to have to store that. Mice were building homes in it. He's got this auger for sawdust that came with the sawmill, and it's all a homemade deal. Mice were trying to build nests in that too, and you know, we just, with all of our bikes and other things, we need space. The lighting in there is just terrific. It's working out wonderfully. So the cows are fed. I wanted to get back there and check on George because I think he's been outside long enough. Little boy had snow boots. Here's the front driveway going out. Not too much drifting up there. It mostly came right up here and up to the front door. It was real bad too. But this side of the house gets a lot of drifting. And sometimes that front faucet that I use for the cows freezes up and I have to rely on this one. And I did use this today, but I still got the icicle. I didn't get it quite. I had a styrofoam cover on it, and oh my gosh, they last a month. They just don't hold up. Okay, there's Bethy. There's the little guy. There's the big guys. There's our walk around. This is what's going on out here. Okay, let's go see what's going on inside. We'll see you guys inside in a minute. Alright, so this is what Jack is working on today. Can we see your box front?
Right there.
I was at Menards the other day. This is what I was telling you about. These were about $4 a piece. And, you know, that's nothing for a puzzle for fun. And I didn't have to run around town at thrift stores trying to find him something that he likes. So terrain stuff is always nice for him. He has built these in the past and mounted them behind glass so that he can have them by his train layout. Kind of working on his space there, and hopefully with our other wiring project done, we can get on to rewiring that area for him so he can have some drywall and have a little more comfort and light. Too dark of a space. 1,000 pieces, huh?
Yep.
The nice thing about these puzzles, they give you a poster, and you can frame the poster, or you can frame the puzzle. I know not everybody likes to frame their puzzles. How big is this? Look at that. Isn't that nice? It's called High Hopes.
Yep.
And it is Lionel puzzle number 71938 if you're interested in building it. But it's a boy at a train stop.
It says 26.75 inches by 19.25 inches.
So that means 26 3/4
Yep.
by 19 1/4. So that's a good size. There's another one called Thanks Dad, where a boy is playing with trains with his dad. And then Well-Stocked Shelves.
And I got that one too.
Yep. They had 3 puzzles left at our local Menards. And yeah, this is by masterpieceinc.com. So he's a huge Lionel customer and fan of trains. So I just happened to see it when I was there picking up some lighting supplies. And I said, hey, for $4, that's a nice thing to do. And wintry activity, nice kind of thing to do. So the kids were eating garbage. They all wanted beefaroni.
Mommy!
Oh, Actually, he likes the beefaroni the best. And this guy's stealing my clam chowder soup. This is what I've got going on for the rest of the day. I picked up a new ceiling fan. If you remember, a couple years back, it was just before my due date for George, I swapped our ceiling fan. And I like it. And I really loved it. And then I lit it up. This is a 2 light bulb light. And, you know, we've got the lamps in the living room. See how dark it is in here? We get a lot of natural light from the window, so we don't run the lamps in the living room so much during the day, but we don't want to have bad eyesight either. That has 3 bulbs in it. You got 2 there, 2 for there, and I have my LED puck lights under the counters, and I don't use those a whole lot. But then we have another light there, and I think there's 2 bulbs up there. Well, we used to have 3 bulbs here, and I didn't like that they were pointing in the wrong direction. The fan itself was white. All of it was white, and it just showed so much dirt. I wanted something to blend in with the cabinets a little better. So I wanted the wood look with the brushed metal. Well, that frosted glass doesn't let much light through. It was LED lights, and I switched it to incandescent to try to get more light coming through, and it helped some. But with that dish, right now it needs to be washed in there. It is so dirty that light just isn't coming through, and it's 2 light bulbs. So I'm going back to the other style, and this one has 4 light bulbs instead of 3, so I can position it where I want. So I've got some reading to do. Of course, it's LED again, but I'll probably not use the LEDs. I don't know, we'll see. I'm not opposed to them. I just like the instant light. I do have a couple of these in the bathroom, and I realize they're slow or delayed in turning on and off. So it's a little different look. It's still by Hunter. This is called the Allendale. And it is supposed to do, how many lumens? I don't know. I don't see it on here. Well, so I've got some reading to do. I'm going to eat my soup and look through here. I picked this up at Menards. They were having their 11% off sale, and it was on sale. So I sent in my rebate already. I think there was a day left on the sale price for this for the $99. So I think for safety, I'm going to put these light bulbs up out of reach for now. Oh, so many parts. Oh, it is gold. It is not silver. Alright, I'm going to have to unbox this to see what I think. So somebody is totally stealing my soup. Hmm?
No.
Who's that?
No, me.
You're stealing my soup.
Mine.
He's got good taste. He'd rather eat this than the beefaroni. I think that's good. Mm-hmm. Mm. Where's your napkin? You can eat your beefaroni.
No, I'm empty.
So I didn't realize when I pulled the fan off the shelf, I got what's called modern bronze or modern antiqued bronze. Oh, brass, modern brass. It's the same as the old antique bronze door handles that we have, but it doesn't match my other lamp, so I have to take it back. It's the weekend, and I was really hoping to have it. And there was a snowstorm. So that's going to have to wait for another day. And I'm going to have to find something else to work on. Yay me. I guess I'll just do my regular indoor stuff. I'll cook, I'll clean, I'll do laundry. We did want to bake some homemade bread today too. Yeah. So that's what's going on around the farm today. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.